Well, shit.
What are y'all doing? This
This
is
is awful.
awful.
I'm Deontay,
I'm Jordan.
and today we have something special. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and give y'all a quick rundown of what's going on because it may be confusing. So, first, this video is recorded like 8 months after the watch along was done. This was done back in March, and we hadn't really established what we were gonna do with this. Just like with the Harry Potter series, she hadn't watched any of the Marvel movies. I think the only one she had seen was Black Panther. I just found that unacceptable, and so I was like, all right, we're gonna start from number one to the end, but we're gonna do it in a different order. We're gonna do it in the order that the movies actually came, or are actually in the story. So the cinematic timeline.
Please, God, that's the only way I would. If I have any shot at understanding any of this, that's the only way it's gonna work for me.
So we're going in chronological order as things happen in the story. Captain America, the first Avenger, and let me tell you, I fell asleep watching this movie because I personally just think it's a snooze fest. There's nothing really exciting here. So what did you think about were you as bored of watching this movie as I was?
I don't think so. I didn't fall asleep in it, and
You
maybe
didn't?
because it's wow. Maybe because
What?
no, it wasn't boring to me. Maybe because I'm just excited to like start this whole adventure.
And I don't want to,
But
and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it was boring to me when I first watched it. It's on rewatch. Now that I know what's coming along and see
yeah,
it's
because
like
they do definitely turn up from here.
right, and
Like
then
this.
and also it just has dry spots where it's like it's just again, since it is the start, it kind of just it's supposed to be getting all the boring stuff out the way so we can get to the
Right.
real gritty. So I don't hate it. It's
And
just
that's probably why it wasn't like boring to me because I know that like I appreciate it being kind of slow in the beginning 'cause since this is my first one watching through like the chronological order,
mm-hmm.
like I appreciate it being kind of slow in the beginning to just ease me into before we get because the whole action thing, I keep saying it over and over, but it just all of that goes over my head. So
All right. So let's see if you followed along with the story.
woo,
Just briefly get so I this is we do this every time we doing watch along. I make her take notes. Go ahead and show them your notes. I make her take
I
notes.
actually have some notes this time. I don't know what happened the first time we.
Okay.
So we open up with our villain, who is Schmidt. He goes to some place that I don't know, but he finds the Tesseract. He gets a fake one, then he finds the real one, and he takes it with him. Then we go to
And
Steve Rogers.
and just so you kind of help you out, like to what was he doing with the test, right? What was his goal? You don't have to like be detailed. At the end of the day, what was he doing with it?
Take over the world.
Take over the world. He was using it to harness the energy of the Tesseract to make weapons,
Right.
and he basically
To be
want
all
to
powerful.
be all. He wanted to. He felt like what Hitler was doing was too small, so basically he's like, all right, I'm the head. I'm the HNIC now, basically.
Yes. Okay, so then Steve Rogers wants to be in the army. He's too little. He's not accepted. Some doctor finds him, tells him there's a way he can be in the army. So he gives him some super soldier serum. He makes him real big. He has incredible speed and strength now. As soon as he gets the serum, some bad guy tries to take some more of the serum.
And so
Do we?
before, no, you're good. I just want to like give want you to give a background on Steve Rogers and who he is as a person. Like, he's all alone. He does his only friend is
Bucky,
and he's off
James Barnes.
James Bond, and he's off doing what?
He's already in the
He's
army.
doing what Steve wants to do already.
Right.
And and that's his man 150. That's all he got. And
Oh
so
yeah, and they were talking about they had to put the serum in the right type of person because the serum just enhances whatever you already are. So if
mhm.
you're already evil and you get the serum, then you're just going to be a bigger evil.
Mhm.
So they had to find the right person for the serum. So he gets the serum. As soon as he gets it, some bad guy is trying to steal some more of the serum. He takes a little like test tube of it and starts running. And Steve Rogers goes after him on foot. He's like really fast now. He ends up capturing him, but before he can get any answers, the guy, what was that was in his mouth? Some sort of some
Cyanide poisoning. They put all of the spies have it in case they get caught.
so
That
that they can just
kill
commit
themselves.
suicide instead of
That's how
giving any
that's
answers.
how dedicated they are, and they always say "Hail Hydra" at the end because
Hail
they.
Hydra. Dr. Zola tells Schmidt how to use the Tesseract. He helps him harness the energy, and then he starts making weapons. And then that's when Schmidt reveals that he's no longer working with Hitler. He's going off on his own, and he just wants to be a part of Hydra. And this is when he starts his plan to take over the world. So then Steve Rogers knows that his best friend Bucky's group has been, were they captured,
Yeah,
and
they were
some of them
captured.
were killed.
They were captured into this Hydra base, and the United States military basically said it'll cost more lives trying to save them than it would be,
Mhm.
and that's because Hydra now has these goddamn new super souped up weapons and shit
Right, because of the
because
Tesseract.
of the Tesseract.
So then when he goes to tell, who is that? His captain,
I think the general, forgot his
the
name. General,
general.
yeah,
When he
his
goes to
wife.
tell the general, he sees the map of all of the places where there's Hydra bases. So the general tells him not to do it, but he goes off on his own anyway because that's his best friend. He ends up saving his best friend, bringing him back to their base, and then the general gives him the okay to form his own group. And now they're going to try to take down the rest of the Hydra bases.
That's because that's just how you do it now. You just like
Yeah, you could just
you
go in
just
there and say, I'm
look.
gonna do what I want to
Yeah,
do.
you just go on a rogue mission, and then all of a sudden you're like captain. Like what?
Yeah,
You don't just get to be
I called the shot.
you don't just get to be captain, dog. Like you don't go from nothing to captain. Like that's just not a thing, you know. But movie
So
time.
he forms his group. They go around taking down all of the Hydra bases. Apparently, Hydra with all of these big, powerful weapons
Still get beat up
can't.
by somebody with just hands in the shield. Like, bro, y'all suck.
Yeah, still can't win. But anyway, they take down the some of the bases, and then he comes face to face with Schmidt, and this is where Schmidt takes off his mask and reveals what really happened to him when he got the super soldier serum before it was ready.
Well, actually,
And
just to correct you, I know what you're thinking. That actually happened when he found Bucky. Remember,
Bucky,
and then after that, they all went to start taking down the bases together. But he had already revealed
okay,
that he was a Red Skull then. But you're right. He reveals that he's Red Skull, and we know that he now has an alternative. You know, he has we found out that the end game of this movie was to blow up these particular places in America, and then
hmm. So then they're still on their mission to take down all the Hydra locations. They finally take down all but one, and they go to it. They see that there's these missiles. Is that what they are?
yeah,
That
bombs,
are
bombs.
marked with the places that they're going to take down. One is going to New York, and there's a bunch of other ones. So um, he comes face to face with Schmidt again. Schmidt touches the Tesseract and he dies. He disintegrates. I don't know what
We just gonna
happened to
say
him.
we just gonna say well we have to believe that he's dead, but you can't really say that because we didn't see we can see him leave, right? That's
He
because you
disappeared.
he
He
disappeared.
poofed.
Yeah,
All right, so he poofed and he let go of the Tesseract. The Tesseract was, it just like fell through the airplane that they're in
mm-hmm.
and fell to the ground,
Well, it fell into
the ocean.
the Arctic. Because remember that's
Okay.
we just talked.
I know, but I thought I was supposed to be.
No, you watched the movie, so you should assume that it fell right because it happened.
Okay, so it fell into Antarctica, and then Steve, Captain America, got on the plane that was supposed to be going to New York. He was, or got the missile, and he averted it. Is that the right word? Is that how you say that word?
Well, he did. Well, yeah, you can just say he crashed a plane into the Arctic to stop it
Uh
from
huh.
heading to New York,
So
which was
then,
a site that we saw when At the beginning of the
At the beginning of the movie, we
movie.
saw that.
All right, we saw that because we saw a shield in the Arctic,
Right,
and who do we
right. And that's
see?
when
Who do we?
Howard Stark fished him out.
Oh, okay. And then what
Ooh, this could
happened?
be a long ride. All right,
And
so then he was frozen for 70 years. He woke up in this place. He hears a game on the radio, but he knows that that game has already taken place because he said that he was there. So he asks, "Where is he for real?"
by the
And
way, he woke up fully clothed after being asleep for 70 years, not hooked up to a bed, getting fed, or maybe because he's a super soldier, he
he's
doesn't
a
eat.
super
He
soldier.
doesn't
Yeah,
eat, and I guess apparently doesn't shit. Or like when you're in a coma, does your body just stop functioning like that way? Do you not shit? That's a good
I don't
question,
think
right?
so.
Because you're not
You would
eating.
have
But
to.
how's your
You
body
have
get
to still give your body some sort of
nutrients and stuff, right? Or
yeah.
is there
Because
like
people who are in a coma in the hospital, they are like hooked up to IVs and stuff. So I would assume they have a feces bag or whatever that thing is called.
colostomy bag? Yeah, that's what I'm just
Yeah.
saying. He was apparently didn't need that, but what do I know? What do I know about being a super soldier?
So he wakes up, crashes out of the room that he's in, crashes out of the big building. He goes out, he sees that he's in like present day New York. Everything looks way different, much bigger. He's confused. He runs into Nick Fury. Nick Fury tells him he's been asleep for 70 years.
Who's Nick Fury?
He is a shield agent,
What type of shield agent? What do we talk about? You what
a
was your
black one. I don't know what you're looking for.
what was the title that we were talking about the other day? The title that you at the daycare that we were talking about?
Oh, the director.
The director. The black one.
You had to feed that to me. We would be good at
What is before we go, what do you rate the movie?
it's hard to rate it now because I've already seen other movies. I feel like okay, let me try to think of what I would rate it if this was
But you don't remember
back
any
when we
you don't
first watched
but
it.
you don't remember any of those movies, to be honest.
Yes, I do. First of
What
all,
hap- what
I
hap-
take offense.
what happened in
I,
Cap
you,
what
no,
happened in
no, no,
Captain
we don't
Marvel?
have time. We
Exactly,
don't have
exactly.
time for you to question me.
Exactly.
I would rate it like a 6. I think, like you said, there are some parts of it that
Oh,
are not that interesting.
that's too high, but I'm not gonna that's what you saw, so that's what you saw.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
All right. Well, we'll be back. Well, we'll be we've already watched all the other episodes, but they'll be dropping they'll be dropping they'll be dropping I don't know
Y'all
monthly.
gotta forgive us. We're
Yeah.
amateurs.
We're amateurs, so bad at what we do. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Stay tuned for Captain Marvel, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and we'll be back.
See you. Aw, poor little Tink Tink.
Come on, you're kind of missing the point of a double date. We're taking the girls dancing. You go ahead.
No, wait. What I am doing? No, you have a procedure tomorrow. No fluids.
All right. We'll
Played him.
I don't have a procedure tomorrow.
Straight played that man.
Hail Hydra!
You got something to say?
He shook. Somebody on my team by accident because it's so
It
much
was so
commotion.
dark.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's so much commotion going on. I forgot to disintegrate.
My bad. Disintegrate the wrong person.
I mean, that's what the weapons are. They disintegrate people.
You can even check to see if it was right or wrong. Like, they're gone.
They go.
What are you doing?
Remember
You
they
don't
said
have one of those, do you?
You are deluded.